Gave me a fright is all. Be glad you're not doubled over for sneaking up on me like that.
Everything okay? You see,
We heard that was one hell of a cliff he drove his van off. If you don't come out of that wreckage without a scratch.
I'm going to tell you right now, that crash was a diversion. Jerry staged the whole thing to give him some extra time.
Okay, but if he is the Balkan, do you think he would knowingly drive his van off a cliff with his son's body in the back? That had to be a real crash. Problem is, we don't know where Jerry is, and we got to find him.
All we got to do is wait. Because Jerry's going to come to us.
I can't believe you did this.
well, you know, I thought, you know, it'd be fun if we could decorate the tree and, I don't know.
Who are you? Okay, where should we start?
Wait. Because I think you should probably pick,
Oh, that one? Interesting. Wow. That's pretty.
You like that?
Love it. Thank you.
Pick a spot.
Okay.
Go.
Not in the slightest. That's why I spent so long bouncing around. He wanted to put as much distance between me and Fiona's meddling as possible. Besides, I've always wanted to visit America. Not under these circumstances, obviously, but, you know, I'm glad to be here, nonetheless.
Yeah.
Something to be said for the company I'm keeping. But, you know, if you're getting bored and you want me to be on my way...
I was going to say something, but I didn't want to hurt your feelings. You know I want you here.
I'm glad to hear it.
So what are you going to tell Fiona, then?
That I haven't seen everything that Port Charles has to offer. So why don't you show me around? It's a beautiful day. We could go for a hike. That place you're always talking about, what's it called again?
Williams Point?
I want to see for myself if this Williams Point is as beautiful as you make it out to be.
You know, it sounds like the perfect way to spend the day, but I'm going to have to take a rain check, because I just got word that Jerry Jack's still alive, and I got to work through some new leads with Dante and try to...
Leave the Balkan to Jason and Dante and focus on your own life for a change.
Yeah, how about we try something different than barricading Brenda up in your place and using her as bait to get Jerry to show up?
You know, Jerry and I have a long history.
Yeah, you've made that clear.
Okay, so I'm hoping that he'll come after me, figuring that that's going to leave Brenda vulnerable.
He's not even going to think of me and Lucky as being a factor?
You guys are cops. You have to play by the rules. I will break the law to protect Brenda. That's why I'm his biggest obstacle.
Okay, what happens if he comes at you indirectly, goes after someone you care about to try and make another
He already
trade?
tried that. He sent a guy and he's dead. Jerry knows he's going to have to handle me himself. Besides, the people that Jerry would use as leverage against me are also people close to Jax.
So they're off limits?
Well, he wouldn't do anything to hurt Jax or the people around him.
Well, what about Brenda?
She's not family. That's all Jerry cares about.
Hi, does Brenda Barrett live here?
Who are you?
Jeffrey Sims. Is Miss Barrett available?
Well, why don't you tell us what you want with her?
Are you Detective Dante Falconeri?
Hey, what do you...
No, that's correct. What do you want? Why don't you tell us who you are and what you want here?
Dante Falconeri, you've been served. You're co-defendant with Miss Barrett.
You know, they're both going to end up on the tree, so it doesn't really matter which one you put up first.
Well, it does. It does matter to me because I don't want the tree to be clustered or, you know, off balance.
But it's a tree, so it's not a work of art. You want it to be, like, clustered.
Well, I kind of feel like it is a work of art because it's not just a new tree. It's our, you know, very first tree, and I just don't want anything to go wrong. Well, do you like it right now, or do you want me to change it?
Yeah. It's balanced.
Oh, good. Do you think that's funny?
No, it's not funny.
It's really important to have balance. I mean, you know, you've never spent Christmas alone in a little flat with a tiny little Christmas tree pushed in the corner. And it's really important with little tiny Christmas trees because you can't put too many ornaments on them. Do you know what happens if you put too many ornaments on a little itty-bitty Christmas tree? It falls over.
But see, you don't have to worry about that here because did you see the size of the trunk? It's like a small Buick.
I haven't had a big Christmas tree since I was, a kid, so.
You think this is big? You should see my kids last year. They bought this one. It was so that Max and Mila couldn't even get it through the front door.
So none of the Corinthos men do anything on a small scale, do they?
Well, it was kind of a challenge.
Right.
See, Morgan wanted a bigger tree than Michael had the year before, so it became a tradition.
That's nice. I guess when you have kids, you have lots of holiday traditions, right?
You want to know what my kids do for me every Christmas? They make me these ornaments, right? And I got so many that I could probably fill 3 trees.
That's sweet. Being out here with you and just away from everything, it makes it easy for me to forget, how much time has passed and that we've both lived such separate lives away from each other.
Can we do one thing and forget about the past and just savor this moment?
Okay.
All right.
I spent years making excuses for you. You walked in here with a self-diagnosed brain tumor. Instead of kicking you to the curb and calling you a hypochondriac, we ran every test in the book. Not once, but twice to be sure. There was no brain tumor, no pathology of any kind. So do you mind telling me what constitutes a medical malpractice suit?
It doesn't, because our job consists of helping patients that are legitimately sick. And any symptoms you're experiencing are in your head.
I couldn't agree with you more.
Well, then you have no case.
I doubt the court would see it that way. Dr. Drake has already admitted I suffer from a clear psychological disorder in which I experience the most severe emotional distress which is directly tied to my fear of illness. Had any of you been doing your jobs, you would have referred me to a psychiatrist for proper diagnosis and treatment. As you chose to ignore my condition, that makes all of you, including the hospital, negligent.
Oh, well, Mr. Hoffman, you are impressive.
Thank you. I am seeking damages and compensation. But more important, I would like to make sure that other sufferers are not mishandled the way I was.
Mr. Hoffman, you were my patient. It was my responsibility to provide you with treatment.
You were hindered by the incompetence of your confederates.
Then if you believe I tried my best to help you, why don't you let this go?
I know I've been giving you a lot of mixed signals. One minute I'm telling you to date someone your own age, the next I'm calling you baby and kissing your cheek.
It's okay, you don't have to explain. I know you're just trying to be nice by pretending to be my girlfriend.
Well, I wasn't doing it just for him. That guy was really pissing me off, some of the things he was saying.
Bryce says some stupid stuff. I learned it's best is to ignore him.
It's kind of hard when he's making it sound like you couldn't get a girl. And I know for a fact you could have him lined up around the block if you wanted.
You don't have to do this.
What?
Build me up. I get why you changed your mind. You thought you could handle it, dating someone as messed up as I am, but when you really thought about it, you thought it would hurt you.
Thanks for fitting me in. I appreciate it.
Oh, I always have time for my favorite nephew. And by the way, you have been very busy. Every time I call Alfred, he says you're out of town.
Yes, I know. You know how the holidays are, one obligation after the other.
Yeah, speaking of which, will you email me a list of whatever Spencer doesn't have on his Christmas list, because the girls and I want to take care of the Christmas shopping this week.
Yeah, well, you'll have a lot to choose from because I haven't bought him anything yet.
Christmas is next week.
Yes, I know. As you pointed out, I've been very busy, so I don't know.
All right, well then, we better get down to business. Why don't you tell me, what do you need?
If you don't mind, I prefer to wait for Brooklyn so I don't have to explain this twice.
How is the arrangement going?
So far, she's been the perfect date. She's managed to keep me laughing even during the most boring of social functions. And since the bulk of my obligations are in the evening, it's giving her the time she needs during the day to focus on her music. So it's been an ideal arrangement for the both of us, I think.
Hi.
There she is.
Oh my God. I am so sorry. Our session ran.
No worries,
session
no
ran late
worries.
and-
No worries. Give me more time to talk with my nephew. Listen, why don't we sit down
Okay. Yeah.
and you can tell me what you need.
So how's the demo going? Okay?
Yeah, really well. Actually, we finished our last song, so we just have to master and finish mixing, and we should be ready to sell. So
That's great.
shop around.
Well, you know, what a beautiful voice I think you have, and any label would be lucky to have you. You're welcome.
Speaking of shopping, there's a little boy that's not going to have any presents if we don't get this meeting started. Tell me again what you need.
I need you to draw up paperwork and set up an account in terms of employment for Brooklyn.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did you just say you want me to make Brooklyn your legal mistress?